Alrighty, guys, so we are going to get started with today's class. I told you guys on Friday that I was going to do a quick, easy class that you guys could use to day trade or swing trade or invest. It's a simple strategy. It's a breakdown, breakout, momentum strategy. Okay? It's just like our breakout momentum, and just like I shared with you guys in the other video, just like we have breakout momentum, we have breakdown momentum. Guys, please mute yourself on entry. Please, that disturbs the class. Okay, so guys, just like I said, we have breakout momentum and breakdown momentum. Okay? And I'm going to show you guys a simple strategy that you could use that I use on a daily basis if I'm day trading, if I'm swing trading. I'm going to show you guys first off here. Okay, first off, guys, if you look at this chart, do you know of anywhere entries, exits, signals, anything? Just looking at a chart. First off, you should be able to spot a few things. You should be able to see patterns. You should be able to see waves. If you see these waves here, okay, that's a pattern. Okay, that's breakout momentum. All right, and you see these waves that are going lower, they're larger waves. You see here's one, here's two, and then here's three. Okay, so just looking at that, you could get an idea of what's going on. Okay, now I'm going to share with you guys a simple strategy you could use to day trade, to swing trade. First off, what I want you to do is use your hollow candles. Okay, we're looking at today 1 minute, 1 day chart. Okay, we're looking right here. This is from 9:30 in the morning on Friday until 4 p.m. All right, so now what we're going to do, what I want you guys to do, is simply go to moving average. Okay, you're going to type in 50, red. I always keep it at that. There's your 50-day. Okay, now what I want you to do is just understand the 50-day SMA. All this is, it's a lagging indicator that tells you the average price of the candles for the previous 50 days. A 10-day will do the past 10 days. A 5-day does the past 5 candles. Okay, so that's what the 50-day SMA is. Okay, now what if I told you that we could use the 50-day SMA as our entry? Guys, please mute your microphones. Okay, now what if I told you, and guys, please do not turn your microphones on. It disturbs class and disturbs me. All right, so what if I told you just using the 50-day SMA, we're going to use this as our buy signal. Okay, so when it crosses above... When it crosses above the 50-day SMA, that's going to be our buy signal. And if we're shorting it or buying puts, we'll use once it crosses below it to buy puts. Okay, so first off, let's use this example right here. Okay, what we're going to do, this is the 50-day SMA. Cross above it is going to be our buy signal. And then watch this. We're going to add the 10-day SMA. We're going to make that one a yellow. I use this every day, guys, to day trade. I want you to see this. Watch how great this is right here. Okay, so we're using a cross above the 50-day as our buy signal. Okay, so let's say right here at 245.33. Okay, I'm going to write this down because I want to show you guys something here in a second. All right, so 255 or 245.33. Now what are we going to do? So we used a cross above the 50-day SMA on a 1-day, 1-minute chart as our buy signal. Okay. Now we're going to use a stop below, a candle below the 10-day as our sell signal. So right here would have been our sell signal. Okay, right at 246.47. So we entered right here at what we say 245.31. And we're selling once we see a candle below the 10-day. Okay. Now, what if we are seeing a move lower? What we can do, like I said, we're going to use the 50-day. It's the opposite. Just think of the opposite, guys. Okay, let's get rid of this 10-day because I want you to understand this. Okay, so we're using the first cross below the 50-day, which is right here. That's going to be where we want to buy puts or short the stock. okay, below the 50-day. Now let's add the 10-day. Let's make this one a yellow. And just like back here, when it went below, that was our exit signal to take profits. Here, when it goes above, that's going to be our exit signal. So watch this. So you see our entry was right here, and then our first cross above was right here. So it was a smaller trade, still made some nice profits, and you're using a simple strategy, guys. Okay? Now let's say you don't want to look at a minute chart. Let's take a look at a one-day chart. Let's take a look at like a 3-month chart. All right, guys, so same thing, okay? If you're using this on a larger scale, it's the same concept. So here we're buying once the stock crosses above the 50-day, okay? And then we're using a cross below the 10-day. This is a simple swing and day trading strategy. It's very simple. You can capture quick gains, quick profits. Guys, please mute yourselves. Okay, so you can capture quick profits, and like I said, this is breakout momentum. Look at what we're seeing here. This is the diamond ETF. This is the 3-month chart. See how now the yellow 10-day crossed below the 50-day, and see how we had a big candle here that crossed below everything. And what's going on now is we're failing to break above the 10-day and dropping, failing to break above the 10-day and dropping. Just like here where we're coming down to the 10-day and bouncing higher, coming down to the 10-day, bouncing higher. Here, we're failing to break above the 10-day. We're getting up to the 10-day, bouncing lower. Up to the 10-day, bouncing lower. So this right here is a sign of breakout momentum, and right here, we just got a signal of breakdown momentum. All right? We also have confirmation on this on the MACD. We also have confirmation on the RSI. And if we zoom out further, we could see we have some support around 235. So we could still fall quite a bit. Now, the question is, are we going to come down to support and then start to bounce higher? Or are we going to continue to drop? That's an important question. And this is what scares me. Take a look at this. First off, Benzinga is really great, guys. This is an expensive platform, but it gives you news as it happens. As it happens, you're getting instant news. This is how I'm in the trade room saying, guys, this is going on, that's going on. I'm getting it from here. Okay, and if you listen to Squawk, it'll actually announce it for you. So it'll actually announce these on your trading platform. And it'll say Tesla, second largest shareholder, Bally Gifford, says would be willing to plow more cash into company. And it'll say that. Okay? Now here's what's worrying me, guys. Look at this. First off, McDonald's. I told you guys about McDonald's, how McDonald's big bet on McDelivery is paying off. This is on the 26th. I told you guys this last week. You know, like I said, guys, it's all about research. I literally do the calling and asking. Since I'm in one of the bigger cities here in Orlando, I like to call and ask the stores, hey, how's the sales this quarter? You know, sometimes you'll get an ass on and they won't give you the information. But if you call them and say, hey, has business increased over the past 3 months, 4 months? Sometimes you'll get a nice worker on that'll give you an answer. You know, I've been here for 3 years, and you know, it's gotten really slow. And you know, when you hear that in a big city, then think of all the smaller cities. So that's why I like to do research and see what's going on. This is a big problem. Trump's tariffs, just like we were talking about when he first started doing them, that's really taking a hit on big companies now. I would not be surprised to see Ford go bankrupt. I really would not. I wouldn't. You know, so it's really important, guys, to see what's going on and understand what's going on. And right now, guys, it is really tough. We're seeing a lot of problems in the market. Okay. And then, guys, what we went over the Brazilian elections. I told you guys that was easy money, money in the bank. And what we could see, you know, futures right now are up a little bit. They were actually up around 90 and 50 before. Here's the problem, guys. Number one, when you're dropping 300 points and you see the market, the futures are only up 55, that worries me. That really worries me. You know, we've been dropping like a rock. You know what they say, up like a feather, down like a rock? And now that we're in breakdown momentum, you're seeing that. Look at that. We just dropped again. You know, this is actually climbing right now because of the Brazilian presidency. You know, that's good that Brazil got a great leader in. I told you guys that Bolsonaro was going to win and that the Brazilian markets were going to pop. And if we look at the heat map here of each country, we're seeing right now, look at Brazil, all green, guys, all green. That's incredible. That's really incredible. And as you can see, it's up to date, Sunday, October 28th, 10:58 p.m. Guys, this is great. You understand how much our stocks are going to be up, our Brazilian stocks tomorrow. This is going to be great. And then take a look here, GOL. If you look over here, if you look at this list here, go all the way down, third from the bottom. You see LND, ESTR, and then GOL. That's an airline out in Brazil. And if you look, they actually have flights for only $300 round trip from the United States to Brazil. It's incredible. Round trip, direct flight, only $300. So obviously that company is at its roughest right now. So that's a stock that if you're a long-term investor, a value investor, that's one I'd be looking at to put in the long-term value stock portfolio. And again, I'm not a licensed broker or financial advisor. I'm just giving you my experience from what I've done. Okay, so GOL, that one looks good. That looks like a long-term type of trade. And as you can see, Petrobras, that was the big corruption with that country, and the government was stealing money from that company and putting it in their own pockets. Their president, guys, please mute yourself. Come on, I hear church bells. Michael Tong, that was you. All right, guys, so back to this now. Back to this now, guys. What we're seeing is, you know, Petrobras, like I said, what they were doing was they were pocketing that money, and their ex-president, Lula, is actually in jail right now, and he's serving his sentence about that. So someone said the Dow's now red. I do not see that right now. The Dow's up 66. You're going on fair values. So, Joe, that just asked about that, you're not going off the top number. You're going off the futures fair value. So you're always looking at the bottom number. All right, now guys, what else do we have? So we have gold, okay? Now, as we could see, gold is on the rise. Where did I just see it over here? Oh, I think it was over here. Gold is up a little bit again now. It was up a bit more before. Oil still increasing after taking a dive. So we got gold, silver, oil climbing. Okay. Now let's see what the Asian markets are doing. Asian markets are down a bit. I don't like that. And I don't like how our markets are only up 65 and 48. Don't like that much at all. So what do I do then? I go back at the Diamond ETF, and what am I looking at? Let's go to... So see, what might happen is, just like over here, we had a large drop, and we got up to the 10-day, and then we had a large drop. So we might climb a bit. We might see the Dow get up to 250 to maybe even 251, 252, but it's going to get up to that yellow line and then drop again. You know, and that's what we've been seeing. And it's not until, now how do we know when that's over? Well, what we're going to be looking for is that yellow 10-day to cross above that 50-day SMA, the red line here. So just like here, when we got the cross, the yellow above the red, that was our buy signal. First time the stock crosses above that 50-day, that's our buy signal. Here's our buy signal, our sell signal here. Okay, and then we could keep capturing that breakout momentum, or you could enter on the 50 and close on the 50. There's so many different strategies you could use. But the point is to have a system that works for you and to know when to trade and when to stay away. That's why I tell you guys about the breakout momentum strategy. Okay, that's my strategy where I see these types of moves and I could trade those like you've never thought possible. Okay, when you see these types of moves, these are nothing. You can't predict that. But when you see these breakouts coming down to the SMA, breakout coming down to the SMA, breakout, you could trade those patterns, guys, for simple profits. That's easy money. Yes, Adam, the C Trade Pro. I don't trade off of this platform, though, anymore. So this is easy money, guys. You're just crossing above is the entry, and then a close or a cross below the 10-day is an exit. And then if you're looking at a longer-term strategy, you can, let's take a look at the 3-year. Okay, if you want to do something like the 3-year, look at this. You could get rid of the 10-day, and you could simply use a cross above and below as your exits. And you can see how much of a gain they are. So if you got in at 182 and you sold at 205.50, let's see, 205.5, divide that by, what did we say? 183.5. That's a 12% return right there. That's a quick 12% return. So if you're swing trading, investing, and this was a trade that would have lasted from November of 2016 to March of 2017. So just a 4-month trade. And like I said, that's why you guys have to understand, when I make trades, I know if that trade is a long-term trade or a short-term trade. And I use those types of chart patterns, the breakout momentum, the breakdown momentum, the hook patterns, or the channel range bound. Those are the 3 types of chart patterns that I look for to trade. That tells me the time frame of the trades and the types of trades I want to make. So it's really simple, guys, following the strategy. Like I said, if you go to a 1-day, 1-minute chart, even if we go to a 5-minute chart, so here you go. You have a different entry and a different watch. If we change this to a 1-minute, so now we're getting our signal back here. So the closer we get to as real time as possible, as detailed as possible, you're getting a tighter entry and exit area. So like I said, you're using a cross above the 50-day as your entry, and then you could either A, use a cross below as an exit, or you could use the 10-day. Let's make the 10-day yellow here. And you could use this as your exit if you're trying to do tighter trades and capture the top. So a cross above right here, below right here. So there's one trade, okay? And then once you got all the way down and crossed above it again, that's your buy signal. Once you came back down and then crossed above, and then your exit signal. Now let's see. I'm going to show you guys now what we're looking for. For example, on the diamond trade that we traded last week, last Friday, how did I know that, or no, it was Amazon. Let's go to Amazon. $10.26. All right, so this was the areas that we traded. Let me add, I always add the 20-day as an aqua blue. So what we were doing here when we were day trading on Friday was we were looking for a break above and then the first below. So guys, just like the 50-day, like I told you guys, if you're using the 50-day as your entry and exit, you could do that. Okay, but you're looking for, let me get this stuff off. Let's do, see, I like to save these for teaching later on, but we could get rid of it. So just like I said, if you want to just start with the 50-day, and this is what I want you guys to do, and this is important, especially for you new traders that have just joined TSE. I want you to simply try day trading. You could have a virtual account at CBOE. If you want right now, you could go to CBOE TSEOE.com, you can make a virtual account here. I don't know where it is. Let me see here. Maybe under products or education. Let's see. It's somewhere on here. Trust me. Let's see. Let's see what this is. They have a thing on here somewhere. You guys could look around on here. This is class, but you guys could look around on here. There's one on here, and then there's one on, I think, how the market works. That's one. That's one that works. Let's see. I don't know what that is. Not set tunis. All right, guys. So anyway, you could make a strategy or a virtual account. And what I want you to do is make a virtual account. And what I want you to do on Monday or Tuesday, whenever you get a chance, what I simply want you to do is just take that 50-day SMA, because I want you to learn first, because it's this process, and it's gonna take some time to get used to. But I want you to use the 50-day SMA across above as your entry. So, for example, this is today 1 minute chart. This is 9:30 in the morning on let me zoom in a little bit here. So right here, this is on Friday, 11:15 a.m. Okay, so we got across above, and what I like to do is across above, and then the next candle be above, and that's my entry. Okay, so let's say we got in right here at 1627.50. Let me write that down. So 1627.50. Okay, now the beautiful thing about this is I'm going to show you guys first. But so we're using that as our entry, 1627.50, and then we're using the first candle below as our exit. So here's our exit, 1674.50. 1674.50. Guys, now think about this. 1674.50, which is where that's at, 1674.5 minus 1627.5. That's a 47-point climb. Okay? That's a 47-point climb from our entry to our exit. That is a lot of money with profits. And I'm going to show you right now exactly how we can link these. Let me see. Let me make sure I'm in my profits account here. Okay. Now what we could do is, like I said, let's go to the 1650. All right, so remember the time here. The time here was 11:15 or 11:17. 11:17, and then when was our exit? Our exit was at 13:29. Okay, now I want you guys to see this. This is really great, and this is really what's helped me get to where I'm at. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to click the... All right, guys, so now what we did was we went into another account, and what we did was we clicked. You could click on any one of these strikes. I'm clicking on the 1650 strike call on Amazon for November 2nd Expo. Now, obviously, if we were day trading last week, we would have used last week's Expo. But let's just see how this played out. If you bought the 1650 strike call at 11:17 in the morning when we said we got our signal. Here's our signal. Here's 11:17. Okay, so here's 11:17, right? That's when we got our signal to buy. It was at, let's say, 31. Okay, 31 a contract. And what time did we say our sell signal was? That was at 1327 or 29. So now watch this. Let's zoom in a little bit on this. So like I said, I wrote it down. 1117 was our entry. That was right here. And this tells us what that option was worth at this time. This is great. This is a great tool. You could see, guys, mute your microphone, please. Joe, that's you, Joe. Stop it. All right, so guys, back to this now. So 1117 was our entry. So right here was our entry, and we could see that the Amazon November 2nd, 1650 call was trading at 30.63. Let's just say 31 even, okay? So we bought it at 31, okay? Now on the chart, we said we entered at 1320 some. 1327. Or is it 29? It doesn't matter. We're still at the same here. So our exit was at 63.50. Okay? 63.50. All right? Now, if we entered at 31, okay, we entered when it was 31 down here, below 31 at 11.17, right? Now, mark this down because I want you to see 10.26, 11.17. Okay? Right here. 1327, it was at 63.62. Okay? I'm going to put 63.50, even less. Okay? Now watch this, guys. What did we do? We used the 50-day SMA across above as our entry and exit. All right? Now, if we entered down here at 30, 60, whatever, let's say 31, where's 100% return? 31 plus 31 is 62. So at 62, we made 100% return on those calls. And where did we sell at? We said 1327. And that was at 63.62. Okay? So think of that. 63.50, divide that by 31, that's 104.84% return. 104.4% return. And what did we do, guys? Let's see here. All right, so let's go back to this chart. Remember what I said. What time did we enter? 11:17, right? Here was 11:17, right? The cross above, that's 11:17. So the stock was at 1620. We said 1627.50 when we entered. So 1627.50. Okay, that's at 11:17. Okay, then when did we exit? We said 1327. 1329. That's our exit. And now the stock was at 1675. So we entered at 1626, exited at 1675 using one simple strategy. And you're in this for how long? 11:17 to 13:27. So you're in this trade for 4 hours. But you made over 104% return following that simple strategy. Guys, and this is why we look for the type of signals we look for. You know, like if you're looking at this right here, what does this look like? This is a hook pattern. Look at how we rebounded. That's why I tell you guys there's 3 main types of chart patterns we trade. Hook, breakout momentum, and range channel bound. And if you guys could see how I've been teaching you guys the hook patterns, the breakout momentum, the range channel bound. Look at that hook there and look at how following that simple strategy made you a ton of money. Here was the base of the hook pattern. Here was our entry across above the SMA, and then it followed it right up to that hook. So that's why I tell you guys, you know, hook pattern. When you think of hook pattern, think of something like this. This is exactly what I'm looking for. I'm looking for that base, and then I'm looking for that candle breakout. Okay, and then I'm looking for it to get up to the next resistance, which was right here. So we would have had, you know, somewhere Around 1685 up to 1700 is our target off of this base. But like I said, guys, if you just want to day trade, here's a 1 minute, 1 day chart. You could use this to day trade, and then once you do that, like I said, guys, what I want you to do is make a virtual account if you're a new trader. Before you start trading money, I want to make sure that you could get this down. If you could do 5 trades a day, or even if it's just one long trade like this that took 4 hours, if you could do this successfully in your virtual account, which is just simply following instruction. And that's what I do when I teach people that come to the house here, guys. Okay? When they come to the office or come to the house, I'm teaching them. The most important thing is the discipline to follow your trade plan. Okay? I went out and I got a Porsche yesterday because I knew my Brazilian stocks were going to do well. They were looking great. Guys, it's as simple as trading your strategy. You know, when you can make money following a strategy, that's what you follow, that's what you do. So first off, see if you could do this for 2 days straight, 3 days straight. Just tell me or show me, go make an account and say, Dave, this is what I'm doing. I'm following your advice. I'm following your recommendation to learn virtually first before trading live, and then know your system, know how to trade it. Once you know how to trade it, then you can go on and start trading real money. And again, I'm not licensed broker or advisor. You know, I can't tell you what to do, but I'm just here to help you guys and tell you guys what's worked for me. And so Adam just asked, how do we avoid false breakouts with day trading? Adam, you're going to get false signals. You know, that's the one thing you're going to get. But, you know how to capture those quickly. Like I said, if you're using that SMA there and you get a false breakout, like right here, it's a small entry. You know, you're entering here at, the next confirmation. So 1650 is going to 1651 is going to be your entry, and then your exit would be right at 1650. So, if you're day trading, you're going to get those false signals in every now and then. But, that's a small loss compared to either when you're trading calls and you get one of these, or if you're trading puts and you enter here and then you're exiting over here. So you could have made 2 trades here really quick, back to back. You could have done the calls, the puts. And like I said, guys, once you start getting advanced, once you learn this, then I'm going to teach you how to use. Please shut off your microphone. Who is that? I think that was you, Amanda. All right, guys. So like I said, what I'm going to do, I want you to do that first. Once you could do that successfully, then I'm going to show you how to use the 10-day for even tighter. Now, you guys were asking me, hey, Dave, on Friday, it seems like you were telling Amazon what to do. But let me show you guys this quick. So when I was trading the breakout momentum waves, guys, see these waves here I was telling you about?
Prosecutor, the police, that regardless of whether this person did or didn't do something wrong, worth a closer look.
Amanda, that was you. Please keep the microphone off. All right, guys. So again, going back to this, people were asking me, Dave, were you telling Amazon what to do here? How were you selling at the top? Because guys, this is breakout momentum, and let me show you how this works now, quick. Okay? Thank you, Bob. Bob is saying too about the noise. Guys, just keep your microphones off. It's simple. All right, guys. So again, you guys were asking me, Dave, how are you selling at the top here? How are you selling at the top? Well, remember the breakout momentum strategy, guys. Let's change this to 5 minute. Yeah, we can't do that. Let's see. What do we have it at before? Okay, so back to this, guys. What I was saying is, notice the breakout here, okay? And then when you consolidate, and then you break out, you consolidate, you break out, you consolidate. That's breakout momentum, okay? This is breakdown momentum, where you're breaking down below the SMA, and you're getting up to it and failing and dropping down. Getting up to it, failing, dropping down. Getting up to it, failing, dropping down. That's breakdown momentum, and this is breakout momentum. where you're trading above the SMA, bouncing off of it and going higher, bouncing off of it, going higher. That's breakout momentum, and this is breakdown momentum, where it broke down and it's failing to head higher. It's failing to break that resistance, and it's breaking lower. It's got momentum lower. So this is breakdown momentum. This is breakout momentum. And guys, watch this. When you learn the specific details about breakout momentum and breakdown momentum, watch this. Watch this. So when we're in breakout momentum, notice how the candles here, they're always above each other, because they're breaking out, right? They're breaking out. Okay? Now, what if I told you that if you do what I just told you successfully and start learning how to trade off of those SMAs, what if I told you that you're going to be able to do this? Notice how once you get to a top, that the bodies are within a body. That tells me right here that that climb is over. It's going to retrace a bit before it climbs higher. So when I'm day trading, I could capture these quick day trades and sell at the top, and then once it comes down to the SMA and bounces, once I get that confirmation, which would have been right here, see how that had this base here. Watch this, guys. This is what I do on a daily basis, and this is what I'm doing all day, every day. Let me show you this. So notice this right here. Notice that that box there. Notice that rectangle, okay? In my mind, I'm saying, okay, this is the base of the wave now. Okay, now we're waiting for that breakout. So in my mind, once I see that, see the candles, if you zoom in a little bit more, see how the candles are within each other. The base, the wicks, the bodies, they're within the previous candles. Okay, now once you break above that, that's your buy signal. So this is my buy signal, and this is telling me that we're having that next wave higher. So this would have been my entry point. So when I break, so this is my entry point, right? And then once I see the candle, like I said, guys, look at the candles here. Look at the body. Zoom in as much as you can. Look at the body. The body is the hollow part. And then see how the next candle here, that body is higher than this body. This body is higher than that body. This body is higher than the previous body. This body is higher than the previous body. Now this body, it fails to break above the previous body. Okay? So when this minute chart that we're looking at is almost over, I'm going down here and I'm looking at, okay, it's 11:25:55. That means this next candle's coming. This candle, it did not break out. It did not go above. This is where I'm exiting. So you could see that right here on the breakout momentum, here is where I was looking at for the consolidation, and then a break above this box was my entry. And then as a day trade, what I'm doing is that's my entry right there, first candle above this box. That's the entry. And then like I said, guys, you're getting those signals that each body is above the other. And then once you have that body like this, that's your exit signal. The body failed to go above the previous body. And then you're selling at the top. And then once you see that next candle that's lower than the previous body, that's the sign that you're in profit consolidation phase. Okay? And then right here, once again, what did I tell you guys? Look for the candles within the candles. Let me move this over a little. Hold on. One sec, guys. All right, this shouldn't be over that much, but you guys get the gist of it. So when I'm coming down, what am I looking for? That base. Okay, there's that base. There's a consolidation. And then the first break above. So here's the break above. That's our entry. And then what are we doing? Okay, we're either selling right here, or if we're waiting for the next candle, you're selling right here. And then look at that. You had that break. You had that same consolidation. Same consolidation. Notice how there are 3 or 4 candles. 3 or 4 candles. 3 or 4 candles. Okay, and then here's your entry. And then notice the bodies here. See how big the bodies are? See how they're, side by side each other? That right there is the sign, because this opened up here and then closed down here. So you should have been out of this back when it was nearing 40 seconds until that candle was over. So when I tell you guys it's all about detail, I literally mean it's about detail. I'm looking at charts, I'm looking at the candles, I'm looking at the wicks, I'm looking at the bases. So when I'm in a trade, if I'm not in the trade room or something, I'm in a trade. This is what I'm looking for, guys. These specific patterns, and it's really easy to trade. Really easy to make money off of trades like this. So again then, guys, you see you came down. You're looking for that consolidation phase, but it's not happening. Here you had one. Here's your consolidation phase. Okay, there's the 3 candles we talked about, right? There's the 3 candles we talked about, right? Now what happened? Now just like here, a break above is our entry. Now here, a break below and a break below the 50-day, that's our entry for puts or shorting. Okay, now what happened? Guys, it just like calls and puts. Think of it just the opposite. Just like how this is breakout momentum, consolidation profit, consolidation, and then breakout, consolidation, breakout, consolidation. Think of this as breakdown. This is breakdown momentum. And what's happening, you're dropping, and then you're coming up to the SMAs, you're failing to break above it. Just like over here, we were coming down to it, failing to break below it, and then climbing, failing to break below it and climbing. Here, we drop below the SMA. Now we're getting up to it, failing to break above it, and then dropping. Okay, failing to break above it and then dropping. Okay, you see, we got up to it and we dropped. We got up to it, we dropped. Do you see how powerful that is, guys? You see how powerful that is? So, guys, just like I said, you're micromanaging things. Look at these phases here, how we were able to trade off of that simple strategy. Really simple, guys. Like I said, you're simply using your SMAs, and then you're looking for those phases I talked about, the consolidation profit phases, and then the breakout momentum. Let's see, how long was this class so far? Wow, it's already an hour. I don't know why I cannot keep a class under an hour. Adam, any plans to release a course on day trading? Adam, I do coach people quite a bit. I coach about 3 people a week. So if anyone's interested in private coaching, you could feel free to message me, and we could trade together. We could do screen sharing. There's nice things. Thanks, Joe. I appreciate that. Joe said, nice webinar. Thank you. Guys, I'm trying to keep this simple to not flood your brain with too many things at once. Like I said, what I want you to do, I want you to go make a virtual account if you're a new trader and show me that you could trade that simple strategy. If you could do that, then I'm going to take you to the next level. How icy does chat room cost? How icy does chat room cost? Joe, the service is $200 a month. I do have a promo code you could use for first month only. I forget what it is. You could use promo code CHART. I don't know why it's not sending. There we go. You could use promo code CHART. All right, guys. So look at how we were able to zoom in on that and see what's going on. Now let's see what futures are doing again. Let's refresh. All right, so we're just barely hanging on, guys. To avoid blamed for deadly attacks within. Amanda, that was you again. Please. Last warning.
Who then turn out to be the bad guys. I mean, how can you be sure that's not going to happen here?
Amanda, please. Shut that off.
They like us. We couldn't last 15 minutes if they...
All right, guys. So like I said, we were checking this out, seeing what's going on. Yeah, now you see why I get frustrated pretty easily. Gamma Youth. Alrighty, guys. So like I said, Brazilian election was huge. That is looking great. and I'm expecting our Brazilian stocks to do well. Our ABX, guys, let's take a look at this quick. Our gold. We got ABX, right? Let's take a look at this. Why did we get ABX? Look at this, guys. So first off, let's get rid of this channel here, because all this is stuff, you know, if you don't know what the hell I'm doing here, all this stuff means nothing. So guys, first off, look, your entry is above the 50-day, right? That's our strategy. And then you could have used a second candle as confirmation. Okay, so now you're in breakout momentum. Now what are you doing? Well, first off, you're using this as your entry and exit areas if you're doing certain types of trades, right? Now what are we going to do? Well, now let's try to figure out what type of move is this making. You know, is it just a fake move, a fake out, like up here? Just a quick little thing above the 50-day and then back lower? Or what? Well, now we start doing some things with it. Let's start making some channels. We could go here. We can make a channel. We could say, okay, from here, you know, up to here. We'll get those wicks in there. And then down to here. You know, you could have done something like that. And then you could see here, we could also put in SMAs. Let's put in our 10-day. 10-day, we always have a CLO. I do anyway. Okay. Now we could put our 20-day on here. And like I said, guys, first get used to the 50-day. Okay. 20-day aqua blue. All right. Now notice something, guys. Notice something. What's happening? What trend do we see? What channel do we see? Well, first off, let's look at this blue 20-day SMA. Notice one thing. First off, we have a channel, right? And then we have our second thing, the 20-day SMA, the blue line. Notice how the stock is staying within the channel and under or above the 20-day SMA. So it's coming down to it and then jumping, coming down to it, jumping, but it's staying within the channel. This is something we can use to predict a move, predict a trade, and make large profits. Like you see here, we're probably in that next wave higher now. Probably going to go up and try to test $14 a share. Okay? And then like I said, you could use, if you're entering into a trade right here, you could either A, use a candle below the previous low. Like I said, guys, see how you have the candle here? It's above the previous one. Now, if the next candle is above the previous one, that's a sign that our momentum is going higher. Now, if we got a candle right here that was below this green candle, if the next candle was down here, then I'm immediately exiting that trade and thinking, okay, let's see if we get back down to that 20-day or the base of this channel here and then pop. So that's why it's important to look at details and know what you're doing. Know what patterns you're trading. Know what SMAs you're using. Know what the stock's doing. Because like I said, guys, watch this. Watch this. If I delete these studies, what do you see here? What do you see? Do you see any buy or sell signals? No, you see nothing. You don't see anything. But if we start with one little thing at a time, if we start with that 50-day, all right, now we could start getting somewhere. Okay? Now what do? Now we could use the RSI. We could use the RSI and MACD. And that's another thing I could talk to you guys about is the crossover of MACD. Once the white crosses above the red, that's considered a buy signal. So right here you could have got a buy signal, you know, at 10.26 a share. And then you could use the RSI. See how the white did not cross below the red? That's just like the SMAs we use. So this we could use as confirmation. We could use this as a check mark, a checklist, okay? And once you get that checklist and that check marks marked off and everything's giving you a go, just like I tell you guys, I'm a pilot, okay? I'm getting my private pilot license. What do I do when I'm entering that plane? I'm going through a pre-flight checklist. I'm going through a cockpit checklist before I turn on that engine. Before I taxi and take off to the runway, I'm doing another checklist. Trading is the same thing, guys. You have to be detailed. You have to know what to look for, know what you're doing. And I'm telling you, it will pay off with huge dividends. No pun intended. Okay? Just start with one thing, and then you could add your, you could add your 10-day, your 20-day. 20 is the aqua blue. Okay? And then we could add the 10-day. And guys, I'm telling you right now while I'm doing this, Mondays, I would not trade on, you could day trade on Monday, but I would not enter into any longs or shorts on a Monday. Wait until Tuesday. Tomorrow we use the markets to reflect and see what's going on, what the market wants to do. Okay? So like I said, once we start doing this, then we could put a channel on here. We can put a channel and get up to there and say, okay, that's what it looks like. And that's how you make a channel. And then when you're looking at support and resistance, you're saying, okay, here's some support, here's some resistance right around 1350 up to, 1375. That's resistance. We failed to break above it the first time. Let's see if we could get above and break above the second time. If we do, where's the next resistance at? And we have that right here, I believe, at $15 a share. That's our target. So we'll see what happens here. That's why we entered into ABX gold. Okay, now SNPX. Let's look at that quick. I told you guys Monday was going to be my decision day on this. If tomorrow it does not cross above that 10-day, I'm exiting. I'm out. Okay, we should have technically closed on Friday, but I didn't. I wanted to hold and just see if Friday was a fluke. And, that's something you should never do. That's not good on my part to say, hey, hold on to it. But, I just wanted to see what was going to happen with the election and how the markets were going to react. So now that we see that Bolsonaro won the Brazilian election, Brazilian markets are soaring. Our markets, though, however, are not up too much. 60 points, 70 points is not much. And like I said, we're looking at the Asian Pacific markets. We're seeing mixed signals here, but, mostly to the downside. And then European markets, we're going to check those out. If those are lower, that's not a good sign for our markets. And like I said, guys, to look at our markets, diamond and Qs. Look at this, guys, right now. Remember, guys, breakout momentum. Now we're in breakdown momentum. We're looking at a 6-month chart here. So you could see from, and you guys know from February until June, it was tough trading. You see, we were in the no trade zone. And I tell members that the no trade zone is when the stock is trading between SMAs. This is the no trade zone. So watch this. Watch how simple this is. Watch. Watch, watch, watch. So here is our no trade zone. It's simply when the candles are trading between the SMAs. So we should even make this bigger. I don't know how here, but so the no trade zone goes all the way out to here, all the way over to here. That's the no trade zone. From here to here. Now look at here, guys. This is breakout momentum. Classic breakout momentum. You see the breakout? Let's zoom in now and micromanage this a bit. This over here, this is what we were looking at. Now let's see. Guys, remember what I told you. That base phase, right? Let's use that rectangle. And I'm telling you guys, you could do this on everything. So here, what are you looking at? You came down to that 10-day SMA. This box, it should be over here. There we go. So that right there, that's your consolidation phase. Here's your profit and then consolidation and then your breakout. Okay? And then right here, same thing. You came down a little bit and then broke out. And then right here, these two candles right here. You're looking for a move above those. Okay? Here you came down to that 20-day. And this is why we use the second candle as confirmation. And then, like I said, guys, when you're getting to the top, notice how in breakout momentum, notice how each of these candles the bodies are above the previous one. And then what happens when we get to the top? Look at this, guys. Look at this. So here's the bodies. And this is zoomed in really tight here. But look at the bodies here. These are 1 day. So if you could see 9/11, 9, 12, 9, 13, 14, 15, 18, 19, 20, and then 21. Look at these bodies, guys. That body is above the next one here. This body's above this one. This body's above this one. So the bodies are continually increasing and going higher than the previous bodies. And then what happens? Where's my sell signal? My sell signal is when I see body by body and it failing to break above the previous body. So right here, I am selling, and it's selling near the top. That's my strategy, guys, and that's why I am where I'm at. And these are the details. And now you guys know why I had to take over the trade room. Because no one could go over the details like this, like I can, because it's my system. Guys, so that's the breakout momentum. That's how we trade. Like I said, trading between the SMAs, that's a no-go. Okay? Breakout momentum, then right now we're at breakdown momentum. You see how we shifted below that 50-day? Now we're getting up to that 10-day, failing, breaking below. Getting up, failing, breaking below. Breakdown momentum, and here's breakout momentum. We have a sharp climb, breakdown momentum, sharp decline. Now what we're looking at, guys, like I said, the yellow line is support. So I think the Dow could drop to around 23.5. It drops below 23.5. I do feel we're going to see around 21,000. Right around here. That's our next support area. And guys, next time we could go over indicators, how to use them. But guys, if you guys like this video, please comment in the trade room, the day trading stock and options room, the Santa Valley Exchange, please. Because if you guys enjoy classes like this, I'm glad to do these daily. I'd be glad to do them. Especially during the week, and go over live scenarios, live trading. We could do live trading, but I want to see your feedback. I want to see you guys participating, and I want to see you guys making some posts and seeing that you guys are enjoying this. So if you guys enjoyed that, please let me know. Comment in the Facebook group. I'd appreciate that. This was being recorded, so I will end the recording now. Do you guys have any questions first before I go? Adam asked, do you have a watch list of your stocks you trade? Adam, yes, I do. Let me see. Yes, Adam. I could send you those in the trade room. Any other questions, guys? And now, guys, what we could go over next time is how to find a stock that we could trade. Because obviously different stocks have different setups, different strategies, different methods. So now we could go over next time scanners and how to find specific stocks, trading specific ranges. Ayaz said to everyone, awesome job. Would you mind sharing a detailed trade plan? Yes, that's what this video was about. Yeah, watch this video again. I went over details. Thank you, Raffalo. Great video, Dave. Thank you. Thank you. Bob, isn't that what you just did? Yes, that's what I just did. Whoever just asked that. Ayaz. Oh, that's no problem. They said sorry they missed the beginning. They just entered. Christian Velez, amazing video. Thank you. Hey, guys, this is what Adam said. Great class. Thank you, guys. And, guys, if you want to sign up, all you have to do is go to the SantaValleyExchange.com. All you have to do is click Join Now. And if you want to get on our mailing list here, I send out newsletters just about daily or every other day. Click your email address in here. This actually has our master trade plan for 2018, which is, see, I actually have this, guys. Let me do this. So here's the master trade plan of 2018. This is more the details that I made. I made this in January of 2018. So first, you have to answer these questions, okay? What type of trades will you focus on? What is your trading time frame? What indicators will you use to find entry and exit signals? What will we use to determine our stops? And guys, this is the trade plan. You know, like every trader has to have something like this. Okay? Do you think I just wake up in the morning and say, "Hey, I'm going to make 50 grand today"? No. I follow a strict methodology to my plan. I have a detailed plan. And like I said, guys, what's important is knowing, okay, what type of trade is this? Know that, okay, this is a day trade. Here is my setup. Here's my plan. This is what I'm looking for. Because too many people, what they'll do is they'll say, "Oh, let me just wait till the next candle." They'll buy here and say, "Okay, look at how much we dropped. We're going higher now." As someone's going to start in and start buying. When you start guessing, that's what's going to make you fail. That's what's going to make you lose money. If you could follow a simple pattern, like I went over in this video was as detailed as it could get. How to buy at the lows, how to sell at the highs, what strategies to use, what SMAs to use. This video can't get any easier. So like I said, guys, don't be wishing and hoping. Follow a strategy. If you guys could literally, like I said, trade this, look, if we got rid of all this crap, okay, and you're just looking at this, like I said, first I want you to just be able to trade this across above and below. Once you could do that, then I'm going to be able to help fine-tune you into where you're selling at the top, buying at the bottom. Okay, buying at the bottom, selling at the top. But first, I want to make sure you could do this. Because if I give too much for you to do, you're going to get lost, you're going to get confused, and you're not going to know where to turn to, what to do. But like I said, right here, guys, look at this. Say you got a breakout signal right here. You entered right here, okay, off the base here. And the next body is a body higher than the previous body. So you got an entry here at 246.32, right? Now look at these candles right above here. Notice how you got up, and then that first red candle, that should have been your main concern. Hey, look at that body. It failed to break above the other body. And then as soon as the next candle came, because this is 1 minute, or no, I'm sorry, this is a daily candle. So as soon as the next candle was lower, that's time to exit. If you didn't get the clue right here, when you had that red body against that green body, then that next day, if you didn't exit there, then you're not following a system. You're hoping, wishing, and guessing, and you're getting greedy. Like I said, guys, it's a simple strategy you're following. The body's of the candle, and then like I said, when you're breaking down, look at how the body is below the previous body, below the previous body, below the previous body, below the previous body. And then when you're in breakout momentum, look at how the body is above the next body. Okay, guys, that's what you have to focus on. Focus on that. No, Bob asked if these are 6-minute candles. These are daily candles. So you see, this is from 6-7, this is from 6-8, all the way up to where we're at right now. And like I said, guys, look at how our entry signal was above, and then when we close below. That's simple. That's where I want you to start off as a trader. When you're starting off as a trader, step 1, make a virtual account and trade off the SMA. Just a 50-day SMA. First time you get across above it, that's your entry. And then first time you close below it, that's your exit. You could do that on a daily chart. Let's see what it looks like on a 1-minute chart. Here's a 1-minute chart. You could do it on a 1-minute chart. Like I said. And guys, what's important is knowing that, see how this candle right here, how it dropped below that 50-day? That's not an exit signal. Your exit signal is where it's at the end of the candle. At the end of that minute, it was up here because this means that it opened here and closed up here. So obviously, if you're just in the beginning stages of a candle, it's going to fluctuate. Okay, so this was not an exit signal. Now, if this opened up here and then closed down here at the bottom at the wick, then yeah, okay? But it's going to be clear as day. See how these candles here, the wick got down to the SMA but climbed above it, held above it? That's perfect example of breakout momentum. It's coming down to that SMA and then breaking out. Coming down to the SMA, breaking out. Okay? So then, like I said, guys, there's your entry. Your exit's up here. Right here. Here's the candle where you're exiting. First candle below that SMA. So you made a nice gain there. And like I said, if we want to look at the diamond, let's take a look at the November 2nd. Let's say the 245. Okay, looking here, right? So this is the diamond, November 2nd, 245 straight call. So here it was above the SMA, right? Let's say right here at 471, right? 471. And at 1330, we got our sell signal. So where was our buy signal? Our buy signal was at 470. Okay, so let's write that down. 4.70, that's our entry, and this is the actual contract itself. So that's our entry. Where's our sell signal? At 1330. That was at 5.95. So now if you get your calculator and you go 5.95, divide that by 4.7, that's a 26.6% return. Now think about it. 26.6. Let's just say you had $1,000 in that trade. Okay, all it lasted was from 11:22 in the morning until 13:29. So 1:30. So for 2 hours, if you only had $1,000 in that trade, you made $266. And that's only with the $1,000. Think about that. In 3 hours, you made $266. Okay, now let's say you do that once a day, 266 times 5. If you're just starting, would you be happy with $1,330 a week? Multiply that by 52, that's around $70,000 a year. You know, that's not bad. Not bad, but are you disciplined enough to follow that strategy, follow that method? Okay, now let's say you have 5,000, right? Let's say 5,000, divide that by 4.7. Okay? Sorry, 5,000, divide that by 470, so I'd get 10.63 contracts. Multiply that by 595, so our $5,000 is now worth $6,330. So we made a $1,330 profit by just using $5,000. So, like I said, guys, if you just used $5,000 on this trade, and you just made a $1,330 gain in a single 3 hours, just 3 hours. Okay, think if you just did that once a day, 5 days a week. So 1,330, multiply that by 5, that's $6,650 a week, just using 5,000 in a trade. 6,650, multiply that by 52 weeks in a year, that's $345,000. So guys, it's simple. You know, this is the option chain itself charted out. Okay, let's look at. So here was where we took advantage of, guys. This is the same as the chart you were just looking at. We entered here and we closed here. It's that simple. All right, guys, once you could do that successfully, we will go on to the next step. Once I see you guys could do this, we're going to do a trade challenge following this system, and you're going to be amazed at how it works. These are the things that I usually charge people. When I have people come here for a weekend, they'll pay $6,000 to spend 2 days with me. Okay? This is the same stuff I'm teaching them, I'm going over with you guys. So if you don't use this to your advantage, it's just silly. And guys, if you have questions, I'm here. I'm in the trade room all day. $6,000 for the weekend. Yes, my time's valuable. So guys, like I said, if you guys follow that strategy, show me you could make money, we'll go on to the next strategy. And then we could do a trade challenge. We could grow a small $2,500 account we could start it off with. Alrighty, guys, so class is pretty much over now. An hour and 10 minutes. That's much longer than what I wanted to do. Do you guys have any questions, any comments, anything you want me to discuss quick? So, guys, let me go over the steps quick. Let's do a step. No problem, Joe. I hope you liked it. It was awesome. Thank you. Will you have notifications set up when the next class will be? Adam, I do class once a week. I usually announce it about a half hour before, and then I'll record it. So once I click done recording here, it takes about 45 minutes for it to show up on WebEx. Once it does, I download it, I edit that video, which takes about 3 hours, and then I'll upload it and save it and then upload it to YouTube. So it's a process. It takes time. You know, no one ever sees the back work. You know, there's a lot of work that goes into this. So if you guys have questions, anything else, I'd be glad to help. I will try to sign up to the chat. Can't wait. You teach very clearly. Thank you, Joe. I appreciate that. That's what it's about. You know, if you guys are seeing people that are hiding behind fake profiles, profiles with no pictures, fake names, fake accounts, why would you follow that person? I mean, they're just coming after you like, you know, like a snake. You know, follow someone that, you know, has their name on the line, that shows you and teaches you guys. No fake people. Do you use support and resistance on the 1 minute chart? Adam, yeah, you could do that. But like I said, focus first on one thing at a time. Don't overwhelm yourself, because then you're going to forget steps, forget what to do. I'm telling you, I've been doing this for a lot of years, and it's the same mistake everyone makes. They want to be in the big leagues before they go through the minors. Okay? Or there's people that'll come to me and they'll say, "Hey, Dave, I got a $5,000 account. I need to make a quick $25,000 this week. I got a medical bill due." You know, like, that's not going to happen. You know, it's a system you use, you follow. You know, some days you're going to have great days. You know, like on Breakout Momentum. You know, if you follow my system and you're able to buy here and sell here, you know, you're doing well. But if you're buying here and then riding the waves and only using the 50-day, above the 50-day and below the 50 days, your entry and exit, what happens? You know, like, let's say you enter here and then it comes back down, you know, and you have options, you know, that might eat away at your profit a bit or take you down to the red. But like I said, you're trading the waves here. You're trading a pattern. So that's why there's different ways you could do it. You could do, like I said, with the bodies, if you really want to micromanage, or if you just want to trade that you say, hey, I want at least amount of interaction with that trade as possible, then you're simply using, like I said, cross above the 50, cross below the 50. Full body candles. Full body candle above, full body candle below. Full body candle above is your entry, full body candle below is your exit. And it's that simple. So then you're looking at a trade that's from 10:26, 11:17. You know, that's a 3-hour trade compared to one that's, you know, here at 11:18, and then you get your first sell signal at, you know, 11:25. So, you know, until you get detailed enough to where you can handle micromanaging a trade, first macro manage your trade. As little effort as possible. First full body candle above and the first full body candle below. Once you could do that, then you could go into the further steps that we talked about with breakout momentum, hook patterns, and you know, channel bound, range bound trades, and really start to find clear entry, exits, swing trades, day trades. It's very simple, guys. So, like I said, do that first. If you guys do well with that and have questions, please feel free to ask. You guys start doing this well, we'll keep going along and progressing with these classes. And then once I see that you guys understand how the system works, we're going to do a trade challenge on growing a small account, like a $2,500 account, into a larger account. You know, at least doubling or tripling that account in a short period of time. We'll try to do that once you guys get the gist of it here. So, any other questions? Adam, if you're day trading, I would either use the 1 minute, 3 minute, or 5 minute. If you really know what you're doing, you could use 1 minute charts like I do. No problem. Alrighty, guys. Should I start day trading stocks or options? Well, Adam, if you have a larger account, if you have an account larger than 50,000, I would start doing with shares of stock. Like I said, first and foremost, I'd be virtual trading. If you're losing money or not, or don't have a system yet, I would first virtual trade, paper trade, get used to that system. Once you start making money in your virtual or paper trade account, then you could start trading with money. And it's simple, guys. You have simple entry and exits. So once you could follow that, then we could go on to the next step where we have tighter stops and tighter entry and exits. But for right now, simple strategy, 50-day, full body above, entry, full body below as your exit. No problem, Ayaz and Gamouth. Thank you very much. Or Gamma Youth. I don't know what that name is. It's midnight. All right, guys. So did you guys actually... Gamma, okay. Gamma Youth, right? Perfect. Adam, you're welcome. Gamma, you're welcome. Alrighty, guys. So if you guys like this, please comment in the main Facebook group of how you enjoyed class tonight, what you thought of it. Just give me your honest opinion. If you didn't like it, just say, hey, Dave, it was a shitty class. You know, it's not going to bother me. I really would appreciate it. And then if you guys could do me one big favor, if you guys enjoyed this class, and only if you enjoyed it, or if you did not enjoy it, go to Facebook.com, go to the Santarelli Exchange business page, and then I think it'll give you like a message there where you could recommend us or not recommend us. I don't even know where our reviews are at here. Okay, so we have 4.8 stars out of 5 based on opinion of 52 people. So if you guys could go through here and give us a review or whatever it does, whatever it asks you, I'd really appreciate that. Or if you don't like it, just say no. All right, guys, so what we usually do here on the business page, if you guys could subscribe and like to this, I usually do my live videos on here. So my live videos are usually on the Santarelli Exchange business page. And then if I'm posting stuff throughout the day, I'm usually posting in the day trade stock and options room, Santarelli Exchange. I think we have like 16 or 18,000 in here. 15,857. So I'll usually post the major stuff in here, and I'll also post them down, like here's the WebEx meetings, and you'll see different things here. Wow, that looks cool. Wow. I have some awesome members. Christian Velez, he always calls me coach too. It's pretty nice. Okay, big beat for Bolsonaro. So you see here, guys, usually I'll put my things in here. This guy's a spammer. Shared his first thing. Okay, you're gone. All right, guys, so anyway, I can't stand shady people. Why would you do that? Alrighty, guys. So like I said, on the business page is where we'll do the live videos. On here, I'll post charts and things of that nature. And guys, here's like some of the things I'm telling you guys about. U.S. economy flashes sign it is downhill from here. The housing numbers are horrible. Lending numbers are horrible. So you got to keep all this stuff in mind. And guys, when I tell you guys about trades, knowing the time frame, like I said, medical marijuana stocks, those are stocks that I'm going to hold for a few years. Brazilian stocks, those are ones I could either sell tomorrow or hold on to for months or years to come. I think the Brazilian market's going to see that Trump effect for them for a while, unless our markets start heading lower. If our markets start really tanking, then it's going to bring the Brazilian markets down with it. Because think of this, guys. We have the world currency, the dollar. Okay, so Brazil gets a bailout from us. If we have no money, if we can't give them money, they're screwed. Okay, if Brazil is bankrupt, that means they can't pay their federal employees. They can't pay their state employees. What's going to happen? If they can't pay federal employees, judges, cops, if they have less of those, that means there's less cops on the street. That means there's more crime on the street. If there's no government employees, no hospitals, what does that mean? More people are sick. They can't get the health care they need. So as you can see, with an economy like Brazil and Venezuela, what's going on in Venezuela right now is horrible. But you could see what happens, guys, when things start collapsing. So that's why I said if Haddad got in that election, if he got elected president of Brazil, there was no doubt their market would have tanked and they would have been the next Venezuela, in my opinion. So it's good to see that. And like I said, guys, if our economy starts dropping, you could certainly look at the Brazilian market to come down with it. That's why it's important. If our markets rally, Brazilian markets will rally 3 times as much. Okay, so that's what we're looking for, guys. If our markets fail to break out, like I said, here was the Dow. Okay, let's take a look at the Dow here. Take a look, guys. Like I said, we're in breakdown momentum. Let me add the 10 and 20 day here. The 10 is always yellow, and the 20 is always aqua blue. Let's change that. All right, so look at, guys. You see when we're breaking out, we have the yellow, blue, red. Yellow, blue, red. When we're down, what do we see? We see the opposite. We see red, blue, yellow. That's breakdown momentum, the exact opposite. That's a good way to look at it, guys. Breakout momentum, yellow, blue, red. Breakdown momentum, red, blue, yellow. That's a simple way to look at it. We had the cross below here. That's our sign that we're in downward momentum, and we're heading lower. And then you can see we failed to break above that SMA, and we dropped. Failed to break above the SMA, dropped. It's simple. We see the MACD. Look at the channels there. That's showing us there's nothing but selling pressure coming in. RSI, down. So, guys, that's what you got to look for. Understand. So that's diamond. Let's take a look at the Qs, which is tech. Tech looks just as bad, if not worse. Tech, you might see a bounce up to 170 on tech on the Qs. But if it gets up to that, don't think that the markets are recovering. Just like here. If we dropped here, the next 4 days you rallied. But what happened? You dropped lower than the previous low here. This previously low, the body is up to 169, 70. And then here we drop below that previous low. So here's a wave, consolidation. Wave, consolidation. So just like here, you see a wave, consolidation. Wave, consolidation. Wave, consolidation. Right here, you're seeing a wave down, consolidation. Wave down, consolidation. Wave down. That's breakdown momentum. This is breakout momentum. And once you guys know the strategies, like I've taught today in today's class, how to trade these signals, you can make a lot of money, guys. And like I said, learn one thing at a time. Don't try to learn too much. Otherwise, you're going to get frustrated. It took me years to get at my level. So, guys, just trade the signals. It's simple. Do it virtually. Okay? Don't trade real money yet. Trade virtually. See that you could do it successfully. Alrighty, guys. Any last questions here? It's after midnight. I got to get some sleep. Yes, researching is very important. That could be another topic because that could be another hour class. You mentioned researching is the key to the stock market. What should we be looking for? No, you're not looking for buyouts, bankruptcies. No, you're not looking for any of that. You're looking for research. Like I said, you're looking for these types of things here. Ford prepares for mass layoffs after losing $1 billion to Trump's trade tariffs. And if you read that, it paints doom and gloom across major sectors, that sell internationally. Those trade tariffs were horrible. So there's one thing. And then look, how McDonald's bet big on McDeliveries paying off. I told you guys about that last week. And here it is here. So like I said, guys, like I said, how did I know this? I knew this because I actually called the stores and asked the managers how their sales numbers were. I actually do that, and if you remember, I started doing that because Jim Cramer, in one of his books, when I first started investing, he said that he would do that. He said he would actually go to the mall and he would actually go up and calculate how many people are coming there each day, and then he would ask them about their sales. So I actually started doing that early on in my career. Has it helped me? I don't think it hurt me. It certainly hasn't hurt me. The more information you could gather as a trader, the better off you are. I paid thousands for news information and stuff a month, and it's worth it because you have to be on top of your game. Like I said, Benzinga here, This will give you, Boston wins the World Series. See, I mean, it tells you everything the minute it happens, too. 11:23. So 45 minutes ago, it said Boston won the World Series. Damn it, that's bad news, The Yankees should have won. Alrighty, guys. So, yeah, that's about it. Like I said, your news is really important. What's going on is important. And like I said, it's all research, guys. We predicted this. We predicted the Brazilian stocks climbing like this. You see the Brazilian stocks soaring? We predicted that because we were predicting this. We knew what was going on in the economy in Brazil. We knew what was happening. And that's how we took advantage of that. So, guys, any other questions here before I log off for the night? Any other questions? Alrighty, guys, have a great night. Like I said, if you could please go in my Facebook group. Also, guys, the YouTube channel. If you guys like this class, I have so many classes like this on YouTube here. Our subscribers going crazy here. So, guys, you could see here, live trading, how to see simple. Here is a good thing on how to use breakout momentum. It's an hour and 22 minutes. Here was a live trade room that ended up going into live trading, how to trade specific chart patterns for large returns. Here's where we started talking about puts a week ago. A week ago. If you go to these videos, is the stock market dropping now like 2008? I talked about what we're looking for. Dow ends 3-week losing streak, but still not out of the woods yet. Because how did I know we were not out of the woods over a week ago? 2,200 views. How did I know that? Because I'm looking at this. We got up to here and we're failing. So, guys, it's pretty simple. That's why, as a TSE member, I'm doing the work for you. All you have to know is this part. Know when to buy, when to sell, and I'll give you guys great setups. All right, guys. So like I said, go to our YouTube channel, click subscribe, click the like button, however it comes up here. So click the bell to get notified. There's like a bell somewhere over here. You could click to get notified. And also, guys, like I said, on our Facebook business page, Day Trading Stock and Options Room, if you guys could post something in there, what you thought of tonight's class. And if you guys want to sign up for TSE, all you have to do is use promo code CHART. I'm actually going to post a promo code in the trade room for this week. If you guys want to come join us, feel free to do so. Alrighty, guys, have a great night. I hope you enjoy the weekend. I will see you tomorrow. Let's see what the markets are doing quick here. Now we're only up 65 and 46. Asian Pacific, European. Let's see, oil, gold, silver. Alrighty, guys. I'll see you in the trade room on Monday. All you have to do is, once you become a member, click on Live Trade Room. Once you become a member, then you'll have access to the trade feed, portfolio, and all the other sections. So that about covers the class tonight, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you had a great weekend, and I will see you in the morning. God bless, guys. Have a great night. Bye-bye. Please do that favor and go and recommend and make a post for me. Thanks, guys.